With games like Oshi Push and Rift Runners coming out, the VTubing space is getting quite a few card games. However, ShyLily is putting her hat in the ring with Gamersupps to create VCard, which I think stands to be one of the most successful VTuber card games currently being made. As such, I wanted to make information on the game a little more accessible, so I went through her pretty long live stream where she mentioned some stuff about the game, and I want to go over all the information that was revealed on that announcement stream. What we know about the game, what we don't know about the game, and how to potentially get your VTuber into ShyLily's card game. Let's get started. First, let's talk about game rules. How will it play? Honestly, I'm not sure. And I don't think Lily really knows either. Her announcement gave me the impression that the gameplay is coming second in this, and everything hasn't really been thought out yet. But we do have a few details. Rules have been stated to be simple and apply across all cards. To this effect, it seems like the card will be primarily stat-based and not really rely on any effects. This is to avoid making archetypes of decks and making specific cards stronger than others. Obviously, that'll be a challenge, as even in a stat-based super basic game, there will obviously be stronger and weaker cards. Which is why I think it'll also be designed around type weaknesses and strengths in Pokemon TCG. For those of you who don't know, when a Pokemon is weak to a type in the TCG, all attacks from that type will hit for double the damage. So I think that's exactly what they're going to do to keep one card from being too prevalent. It's to have multiple cards that may be weaker but do have an advantage against that card with their typing. However, the obvious problem with this is that there will either be a counterplay based meta surrounding the game, or there will be a staple V card in everyone's V card decks, which would lead to exactly what ShyLily is trying to avoid. Having cards become outclassed or power crept so that ranking different VTubers doesn't become too common. Granted, this has become a problem with most of the VTuber card games coming out, not just VCard, but unfortunately, they will be ranked, and that's something that those planning on getting into the game, if they want to get into the game, are going to have to accept they apply for it. Not much more is said when it comes to gameplay, but I do have two predictions based on the Pokemon TCG. ShyLily never really mentioned anything about the cost of playing different cards, which leads me to believe that they may not have any cost. It may just be baked into the rules that you can summon one of these cards or something like that. And the number of the cards would be attack or defense. That number doesn't mean anything about cost. Potentially. The second prediction is based off of something else that was mentioned on stream, but not really elaborated on very much. Every VTuber is going to have 3 variants, those being mascot variant, normal variant, and special variant, each of those being stronger as you go up. At first, I thought these were just for collecting, but it does make me wonder when I really start to think about how much this is taking from the Pokemon TCG. What if this is for an evolution mechanic that's similar to Pokemon, where you're able to place the next stage of evolution in the line on top of your Pokemon already to evolve them? I think that'll be a cool way to balance out the more powerful cards. There's also no confirmed item / trap and spell cards in the game as far as we know. Only the VTubers. So there probably won't be anything like searching or manipulating the opponent's deck. That's it about everything we know about gameplay, but let's be real. You really aren't here for the gameplay, are you? Let's talk about how you can collect your favorite Oshis. Now, collecting these cards may be a bit hard for people. It's been stated that only the official store will have these cards on the Gamersupps website and conventions that Gamersupps goes to, because they are the publishers of the game. Obviously, this is where stuff like TCG Player and other card game websites come in, but they'll probably be in decently low supply due to scalpers trying to make a bigger quick buck off of your love for VTubers. Apparently, Gamersupps has had its history with scalping as well, so you're gonna have to keep an eye out for when these starter packs get on pre-order. even then, it's not enough really to stop bots at this point. Just look at the PS5 and stuff like that. So if someone's dedicated enough, even pre-orders may not be enough to combat scalpers, but it's the one thing that they seem to have so far. There are potential plans for these packs to be released in physical stores. However, only the online marketplace will be the place that you can get them officially. Also keep in mind, if you're looking for some of the lesser known VTubers that will eventually get into the game, then you're gonna have to know which cards are in which packs. The art on the cover of a pack are only really going to feature some of the biggest VTubers, like ShyLily or Numi or Iron Mouse, for instance. So you may have to do some research if you want to get some of your lesser known favorites. Also, there's going to be special and normal variants of these cards. ShyLily unfortunately wasn't sure how far these would go, so I think there may only be like some like holographic or like shiny cards as comparison to regular cards where the rarity itself won't really matter too much. But it does definitely mean that rarities will be a thing. They claim that it'll be 100% transparent what rarity you'll get from a box. But again, it'll obviously be random what you exactly get from a box. You can't exactly expect to get the specific ShyLily card you want after all. Once again, you're gonna have to look at sites like TCG Player when you want to get a very specific card. I think that's about it on how you collect and gain V cards. You just essentially go over to the Gamersupps website and buy them, hopefully with potential scalpers not getting in the way too much, but that is probably going to be an issue. However, for the aspiring VTuber that really wants to get into this game, good news! You can! So there's a campaign going on with this game's release that let VTubers like you and me get into this game. However, there are a few stipulations that were talked about that are not clearly addressed on the ad. The first most obvious thing is not only that you have to put down a request under one of the two tweets that either ShyLily or the VCard official Twitter had made, both of which will be in the description below, but you also need to be part of the Gamersupps partnership program to get into this game, which you can sign up for again with a link in the description. You're welcome. What do you gotta do to sign up? Not much, really. All the thing asks for is a couple of your links and why you want to be in the thing itself. There aren't any big requirements for signing up, like having 1 million viewers or 1 million followers, something like that. But that and getting accepted are a bit different. To have a higher chance of getting selected for a partnership, Gamersupps themselves suggest that you promote their products actively and show that you are enjoying said products. Also keep in mind that it can take about 10 days to a month for a partnership application to get fulfilled. Anyways, once both conditions are met, you'll be eligible for a chance, keep in mind a chance, to get into the game's first pack. This isn't any guarantee, obviously, but hopefully you're lucky enough to be able to get into the game itself. If you're worried about something like multiple outfits, since there are going to be multiple variants of cards or mascots or something like that, don't worry. You don't have to have multiple outfits, since they're going to have placeholder outfits that you can use with your alternative arts. You can also choose the artist that you want to use. According to ShyLily, Gamersupps should cover the cost for the card art, but I do want to take that one with a grain of salt, depending on just how many people will need it. That being said, if this interests you, don't delay. We don't know when the applications for these things will close, so you have to get on it as soon as possible. And by the way, when I say we, that also includes Lily. They don't know either. One more thing, before anything else, once again, links to both the sign-up tweets and the partner applications are listed in the description below. What do y'all think about VCard's announcement? Do you think this game is going to be awesome? Do you think that power creep's going to find its way in? Do you think people will stop playing and use it more as a collector's paradise? Please let me know in the comments below, and I will see y'all later.